Hello, I'm Chief Warrant Officer 4, Vic Pinion, U.S. Navy retired, telling my sea stories. This one is when I went to Class C school at Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, during my 2-year tour of shore duty at Lakehurst, New Jersey. I had to drive to school. I would stay at Philadelphia in the barracks during the week, go to school, come home on the weekends. Well, the school covered all of the equipment that us ABEs use, all of the catapults and rescue gear and visual landing aids on ships and on shore bases. It was a good course, very good course. I loved it. I sat right up front. I aced every test, every one of them. I ate it up. And I'd come home on the weekends. Well, there was a chief that was in my class. He was stationed aboard the USS Enterprise, which was in his shipyard undergoing overhaul. Well, he had friends and family at Lakehurst and in Philadelphia, I think. So he wanted to go to the school so he could be near them while the ship's in the shipyard. Well, he was in my class, and he lived in Toms River, and he and I decided we would carpool. Now, this is in the wintertime, and our very first, I'm going to drive first. So I didn't know where his house was. I didn't know his address, but he told me to go to this certain gas station, which was a block from his house, and he would meet me there the next morning. I was there 10 minutes early. It was blizzarding. I mean, snowing horizontally. You couldn't see over 100 feet. And I waited my 10 minutes. Now, I told him in advance, you be there. I will not wait for you. I'm not going to be late getting to school because of you. Yes, I do want a carpool, but I don't wait. I'm an on-time person, and I expect everybody else to be on time. I did wait about 5 more minutes, and I looked around. I couldn't see anybody coming from anywhere, so I took off, and I headed to Philadelphia. Well, I got there just in time to get to school and discovered that the commanding officer had called in and canceled school for the day. Okay, the chief had managed to call in. He didn't have a way to get there, so he had called in and found out that school's canceled for the day, so he just didn't bother. So now the snow is a foot deep. I mean, it's putting it down. And snowplows are plowing, but it's blizzarding. I thumbed a ride home. I hitchhiked that 60 miles home. No, I did not yet. I was trying to drive home. And halfway home, the wind whipped the snow out from in front of me, and here comes a truck in my lane, right headed straight for me. And they had already plowed a big row of snow up on the side. I went up on top of that row of snow and was stuck. No help but to hitchhike on home. So I went ahead and hitchhiked on home. And school's still out the next day. So I hitchhiked back to my car with a snow shovel. And I dug and I couldn't get out. So I hitchhiked back to Lakehurst, went to a gas station there in Lakehurst, the owner who was a retired Navy chief. And I had also discovered that my battery was dead. I had left the lights on, and my battery had run down dead and it ruptured. So he sent his tow truck driver with a new battery to get me, and I rode with him. Swapped out my battery, and he towed me back to that gas station. And this gas station operator didn't charge me a penny for the towing, just for the battery. I thanked him, and then I went on home. The chief was never late after that. End of that story.